And welcome one and all to Jerry Savage Court. We've got another matchup we're bringing y'all. We've got the Loyola Dons hosting the Boys Latin Lakers. And MD, I understand that these two teams played earlier this year.
They did. It was a very close matchup, a 56-53 win for the Lakers. It'll be interesting to see how both teams have developed since that early season meeting. Both teams obviously a different team from earlier on, and Loyola has been supported by the hot shooting of Kenny Lewis.
Absolutely. Like we said, many times this year already, Kenny Lewis, a really off and on guy. You can see him going for 38 points like he did earlier this year, or just last game rather. And then you see him shooting 0 of 9 from 3, 2 of 12 from the field. So it's going to be interesting to see what platform Lewis is going to be on the night.
Right, and you need some consistency if you're head coach Diwali, and I think in order to pull off a win here, you're going to need contributions from multiple players, not just Lewis. Like, look for Cameron Shaw to get in on the action as well.
Well said, and you see Loyola here controlling the tip. Hallaby has it on the wing, over to Watson. And there you see Coach Tavalli, much like last game at home, not opting to go with Lewis in the starting lineup, trying to use him as more of a spark plug.
It's kind of like Will Barton, guy comes off the bench and provides some pure scoring.
Absolutely.
It's a strategy pretty common in the college and NBA level.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Kenny Lewis is in contention for Sixth Man of the Year. Three-pointer outside, no good. Rebound Watson.
And that's what Boys Latin likes to do a lot. You'll see him pull up from 3 all game long. Got several guys who know how to put it in from downtown.
Pump fake here, jumper. No good. Two very poor shots here from Boys Latin. They've been good, decent looks. They just haven't been able to get them to fall. And a Loyola will keep possession here, and it's been pretty sloppy play so far in this first minute.
Yeah, like you said, BL has put up 2 bad shots, and Coach Tavalli opting to go to a bit of a strange zone early on. You saw Nelson in the middle pivoting from side to side, so kind of an uncharacteristic zone, and that may be giving this Lakers offense some trouble.
Right, and then on the floor for BL. Really fun fact, they have like their very own Kenny Lewis, number 1. He's a junior. As Nelson fires, no good. BL in transition. From the corner, nails it. That was Connor Walsh, the junior.
This could turn into a 3-point shooting fest as Walsh and Kenny Lewis know how to launch it from outside.
Nake, no good. Rebound Andrews. Shaw nearly gets the steal. And an offensive foul. Here you see Nake drawing another one, and that's really been his specialty so far, protecting the paint this year.
That's what he does best. He's been the rim protector for this team all year, and he's drawn a countless number of charges.
And Hallaby brings it up over to Nelson. Nelson hands it off to JJ. JJ driving, finds Nake. Nake with the power dribble, up and in. There you see Hallaby's ability to put players both on the post and on the perimeter in prime scoring positions.
That's right, and JJ Hallaby's got great vision. He's both a scorer and knows how to dish out the ball as well. And just a nice find there to Nake.
Score is 2-3. The Lakers lead Loyola. Walsh has it. He's looking to drive here over into the corner. And the shot is good from Brandon Bradshaw.
So there you have it, all 6 points coming from beyond the arc.
But I'm going to take a page out of your book, Alex, and say that you live or die by the 3-point shot. So if these shots don't start to fall, BL's going to be in some trouble. Nelson drives, no good. And a jump ball will be called possession arrow, Lakers.
And you see when Lewis is off the floor, Loyola's offense functions completely different. You see they've driven the ball toward the paint every time, looking for the big men Nelson and Nake.
Right, and there you see Kenny Lewis down on the bench sitting next to Coach Parr. Maybe something's up with his, maybe an injury or something. They're trying to keep him safe, maybe.
Yeah, he's got his wrist taped up, but he is getting set to check in.
Shot no good. Rebound Watson. Watson's got a pair of rebounds here. Don't really see that from the senior guard.
And Loyola has a trio of excellent guards, but they need to find consistency.
And an offensive foul called. And it will go right back to BL.
There's a night where you got Shaw, Hallaby, and Watson all going, and Loyola's very hard to stop. And we saw that in their huge comeback win against St. Francis as that guard play really took over in the second half.
Towards that end of that third quarter, I thought it was gone, but there you see Kenny Lewis just caught fire and brought the team back in to win it in their last second shot. So Loyola really wants to avoid digging themselves into a hole. Shot no good here. Rebound Watson, his third in the contest. Hallaby's going to drive, a little floater here. A little bit too strong. Rebound Nelson. Nelson will take it up. No good. So they're getting good looks. It's just they're not converting. Walsh has it over. Open shot here. Just off the mark. Rebound Watson.
And that's his fourth rebound of the night.
Yup, he is certainly filling up the score sheet, but Dons would like to see a little bit more offensive production. And Watson says, why not give it to him, but he misses the shot. Nelson couldn't corral the rebound. Murray has it. Floater. No good. Rebound Watson. So I'm sensing a recurring theme here, Alex, as Watson draws the foul.
He looks a lot more aggressive than in the past games. Maybe putting some senior leadership to work. And Watson has 4 boards on the night. Very uncharacteristic, especially for a guard. We haven't seen Kenny Lewis touch the ball yet.
First one from Watson is good. And he's got some substitutions for the Lakers. Coming in is Chris Bates and Cameron Spencer. And from what I saw in warm-ups, Cameron Spencer's really somebody you got to look out for on the arc. He barely missed a shot in warm-ups, and I doubt he's looking to miss one in the game.
Yeah, he was lighting it up. They're going to definitely create some screens to create a good shot for him.
Over to Walsh. Walsh going to get over to Bradschner. There you see Spencer with it. Spencer's going to fire. Yep, there it is. Cameron Spencer knocks down a 3, and that's all the Lakers been able to do successfully so far.
Just picked up where he left off in the warm-ups. As you said, BL a lethal shooting team from downtown.
Shaw's going to fire. Just short here. Rebound Andrews. BL looking to run here. Shot's just off, and Lewis is able to corral it. 2:19 remaining in the quarter.
So the Lakers are 3 for 4 from downtown. All 9 points coming from beyond the arc.
Lewis is going to fire just off the mark. Rebound Nelson. And a hold will be called on BL. I believe it will go on Chris Bates, the 6'8 junior.
And as good as a shooter as Kenny Lewis is, he's really not great off the dribble, as he often relies on screens to get him open for a shot. And there you saw him. He hesitated a bit before pulling up and came up short.
And an offensive foul called on Lewis. He got a little aggressive there and pushing his man out of the way.
So the offense looking a bit sloppy early on.
Yep. Yeah, and just they've gotten the opportunities. It's just they haven't been able to string them really together into points. And a traveling violation called on Jalen Anschers.
So I think if Loyola can limit those perimeter shots, they shouldn't have much of a problem. But the efficiency on the offensive end has not been there thus far.
Absolutely right. Hepting with the ball. Watson over to Lewis. Lewis gonna fire. No good from Lewis, but with that shot rimming out, it's looking good so far. And no charging call there. Looked like Chin might have drawn it there, but the easy layup is converted by Bates.
And sophomore Connor Hepting making his first appearance. He could provide a shooting spark for sure, as we've seen. And he was open there, but Lewis didn't get the pass off.
Watson gonna fire one. No good. Dons only have one made basket so far in this game. Bates gonna fire. No good. Rebound Watson is 6th of the day. Give it out to Lewis. Lewis on the wing. Lewis will drive up and in, but it is on the floor. And that is the second foul on Chris Bates.
In the NBA, that's an N1 right there, but like to see Kenny Lewis kind of driving to the basket, generating some fouls. But sooner or later, Loyola's going to have to get a bucket to fall.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunities are there, like I've said, but they're just not getting them to fall. They're moving around the perimeter here. Shaw has it on the wing. Hepting from the top of the key. No good. Rebound Bradschner. And nearly the end one there. Connor Walsh will go to the line with 21.5 seconds remaining in the quarter. Walsh shooting his first. Gets it to go. Nothing but net. It's about as perfect as you can get it.
And that's a season low in points for Loyola at a measly 3.
Yup, and they really need to turn something around here.
I mean, like you said, they've gotten the looks, but you got to finish, especially inside.
A bucket here could really go a long way. So having Nake have it up here at the top of the key is not doing you any favors. Hepting looking to make a move here over to Shaw. Good screen. Lewis has it. Acrobatic layup, no good, but he will draw the foul with just under 2 seconds remaining in the quarter. And Lewis, if he converts these, maybe he gets a little momentum here going into the second.
And free throws could be the Don's best friend, as they've been pretty inconsistent from the field, to say the least.
And Lewis unable to get the first one to go.
Keep in mind the Lakers are already up to 5 team fouls, and it's only the first quarter.
And it's very important to note, Alex, as a couple free throws in the second half of the half will get the momentum. And at the end of the first quarter, we're going to take a short break from Donald Irwin.
I'm Alex MD.
We'll be back in a few. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter here. Don's down 9. And a sloppy turnover here. And Walsh will shoot an acrobatic layup, no good. Rebound Lewis. Lewis in transition, looking to run here. Nelson calling for the ball, he'll get it. And Nelson traveled. Bad start for this quarter for Loyola.
Yeah, Loyola unable to get anything going offensively. I think they've been a bit stagnant. Players off the ball have got to get moving a little bit more.
I would have to agree with said statement. BL looking to work the baseline here. Taken away by Hallaby. Hallaby with the quick hands. He's looking to go here. Nice Euro stepping to lay it in. It looks like Walsh, he just had Walsh on his heels the entire time.
Looking like Kyrie Irving out there. I mean, wow.
And a block here from Nelson. Shaw looking to do the same thing. And Shaw will not get it to go. Lewis mistimed his jump. Walsh looking to run here. He'll get it to go. Walsh has 7.
So the pace has increased here suddenly on both ends.
Nelson gets it taken away. And a turnover right on the way back for BL. So
Yeah,
we've seen about 5 or 6 possessions in about a minute and a half. That's not really heard of.
that is a blistering pace indeed. Nelson had a pretty big mismatch down low. Looked like he got fouled, but turned it over.
And a foul called on Jalen Andrews, the junior. Inbounded to Hallaby. Hallaby over to Lewis. Lewis driving. And Lewis will be shooting too. And there you see the Dons already in the bonus here early in the second.
It's going to be huge down the stretch of this first half. Loyola's got to keep driving to the paint and draw some more fouls, and they'll be shooting too.
Lewis knocks the first one down. And Lewis will miss the second. And the rebound, Cameron Watts. And Watts stumbles. Hapting in transition and does not get it to go. Rebound Nelson. Nelson will lay it up and in. So Loyola is picking up a little momentum here.
Right, a good job by Cortland Nelson of hunting that rebound down and got it to go on the second chance opportunity.
Hapting will give it to Hallaby. 3-on-2. Hallaby looking to go here. Over to Nelson. Nelson does not get it to go. And Boys Latin needs a bucket as much as we need batteries, Alex.
And just like that, Cameron Watts continues the hot shooting afternoon for the Lakers as they've doubled up Loyola.
Nelson has it at the top of the key. Over to Lewis. Lewis on the baseline, and he will draw a foul. And Lewis will be shooting 1-and-1 here. And Nake and Watson checking in for Hepting and Nelson. And Lewis will be shooting a 1-and-1. First one up from Lewis is up and in. And he will get one more, and he'll try to cut the lead down to 7. And he gets it to go. So it seems like Lewis has picked up a little momentum here. Maybe he has room for a big second quarter.
Yeah, and seeing the ball go through the net is huge for any shooter, even if it's on free throws, and that can pick up your confidence instantly.
And Jalen Andrews gets the bucket and the foul here. Fouls on Dubem Nake. And he converts it. So we got a 10-point lead for BL here, 21-11 with 5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Hallaby will bring it up. Over to Lewis. Lewis is going to fire it. No good. Maybe a little premature there. 30 feet out. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
That's pretty uncalled for. No need to do that, especially with a defender in your face. And BL walks right back down and knocks down another shot, extending their lead to 13.
And with that, we're going to take a break. The Lakers up 13 here at the court. In the quarter, Hallaby will bring it up. Don's down 13 here. They really need to get something going. Watson will find Kenny Lewis. Lewis shot no good. Boys Latin back in transition. Spencer, 10-foot jumper, no good. And a miraculous play here from Andrews, just tipping it right back in. NBL's up 16. Correction, 15. Lewis over to Hallaby, 22 seconds on the shot clock. Lewis driving here. He will no foul call. And Boys Latin back in transition. And a foul called on Watson. So as of right now, it's looking like BL has full control of this game as Shaw will get set to check back in. And he will call out Dubem Nake. Bradshner has it, guarded by Shaw. Bradshner in the corner. Give it to Andrews. Back over to Walsh. Walsh will kick it. 3-point shot here, just off the mark. That was Brandon Murray. Shaw in the Nake. Nake up and good. So there's a little life there. And with that, Loyola will cut the lead to 13. And a foul called on Chidnake with 3:11 remaining in the half. Loyola needs to get a stop here, maybe a couple quick buckets. Shot no good here from Andrews. Rebound Nake. Lewis in transition. Shaw going to take it to the rack, and those two quick layups here from Loyola have possibly shifted the momentum.
And as BL gets the end one on the other end, we've seen Loyola only attempt 2 3-pointers. Most of their baskets coming in the paint as well as drawing fouls. So it seems like over the weeks, Coach Valli's message may have changed as well as the game plan.
Well, you with 13 point lead here. BL will try to convert the N1, and they do. 14-point game here, but we've seen in the past Loyola's a second half team, and I would not be surprised if they can cut the lead down to about 9 here, that they could get something going in the second half.
That's right. I mean, you can't count them out of any game. I mean, just look at St. Francis down 20 in the third quarter. Pretty much no one in the building thought they had a chance, but lo and behold, a guy named Kenny Lewis got hot, and the rest was history. So.
And another three-pointer here. Cameron Spencer, like we said earlier, he was hitting them in pre-games, and why not in the game? He has 2 3-pointers here in the first half. And a timeout here, and we're going to take one as well from Donald Irwin.
I'm Alex.
We'll be back in a few. .13 remaining in the half. Loyola down 15. Lewis with the rock. Pass it off to Hallaby, and an offensive foul, legal screen on Nake.
Yeah, Chid did not get set there. Kind of lackadaisical setting those screens. You got to be set. And just an uncalled for turnover, and that will not help the Dons' cause as they're already down 15.
And BL will regain possession here. Bradshner will bring it up. He'll give it to Spencer. And they better stick to Spencer like glue, as he's going to fire off another one. Just off the mark. Watson with his 7th rebound of the game. Watson's looking to run here. Over to Lewis. Lewis will put it up and in. 13-point game here late in the second quarter. And Bradshaw's able to lay it up and in. So it seems like every time Loyola gets one, BL just comes back and gets one for their own.
Yeah, beautiful move down low against 3 big men. And they've got to get the stop there. But once Kenny Lewis gets ahead of steam, there's no one stopping him on the other end either.
In and out here for Watson. Bradshner over to Spencer in the corner. Just off the mark, and Loyola's getting lucky here. A couple missed threes here, open threes from BL sharpshooters. Steal here from Hallaby, his second. And Hallaby will give it up to Lewis. Lewis is going to fire. Gets it up and in. So Kenny Lewis heating up here. And with 42 seconds, Loyola's down 12.
Yeah, Kenny got the friendly roll off the rim. But as long as he can get it to go, they're going to need him to have a big second half if they want to have a chance to climb back into this contest.
It's 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bradshner will fire. No good. Rebound Nelson. 15 seconds and Loyola will hold for the last shot of the half. Hallaby over to Watson. Looking for Lewis. They find Lewis. Jump ball should be possession Loyola. And I must have missed something because it looks like... Oh, and there's confusion here. And it looks like the possession arrow from the scorer's bench was incorrect. It will be BL ball. With 1 second left. No good, and that's going to bring about the half from Donald Irwin.
I'm Alex Emney.
We've got a good one here brewing at the court. And welcome back to historic Jerry Savage Court. I'm Donald Orwin, and alongside Alex Emdy, we've got a good one.
We do. We've got a solid finish brewing. First half saw Boys Latin jump out to a 12-point lead, particularly due to their hot shooting first half.
Yeah, absolutely, and we see Cameron Spencer and Connor Walsh knocking them down, about 6 or 7 combined between them.
Yeah, I mean, Spencer's only a sophomore. He's got some ice in his veins.
I would concur. As Hallaby driving, no good, and BL's looking to run here. Good pass inside, no foul called, and Hallaby, great play, knocking it off of the body of Kenny Lewis.
Yeah, Loyola out-muscling BL down in the paint. If they want to have a chance to win this game, they're going to have to convert some of those layups. It's about 6 layups missed in the first half, and
Lewis is able to get one here, and that's cut it to a 10-point game. BL's looking to run. And from what I've seen so far, Alex, every single player on BL is a threat from the arc.
all right, and I'm sure Coach Valley's message was to close out on the perimeter to limit those shots, as BL really has no force down low. So if you can...
Lewis missed layup, Nelson tips it back in, and people were calling for a foul back there. That was not so, because Walsh lost possession of the ball going up. And
As I was saying, if Loyola can take away the perimeter shots, we really haven't seen BL have a force to match Nelson and Nake down low. And if you're a Loyola, just got to keep going to the well of driving the paint and picking up fouls. BL was devastated by some foul trouble early on in that first half. Loyola unable to convert. But free throws are going to be huge down the stretch here.
I'd have to concur with said statement, as Walsh misses the first. He will get the second 9-point game here. The Lakers lead Loyola. Watson has it at the top, just holding on to it here. Lewis gets a hold of it. He's going to fire one. No good. And BL's looking to run as Watts has it. Over to Andrews. Bradshner driving, and it is blocked by Nelson. And the ball will stay with the Lakers.
As you said earlier, if you live by the 3, you die by the 3, and this is a game where Lewis has been pretty cold from outside the arc. Luckily, though, he's found his inside game as he's been able to drive to the basket effectively, as Lakers don't really have a rim protector, much like Loyola does.
And a end one a chance for an and one here, rather. Foul on J.J. Hallaby, and Andrews will be shooting one. And he knocks it down, and we're back to a 12-point game. Hallaby will bring it up. Into Watson. Shaw has it. He's got the baseline. Turnover here. Walsh will run it out in transition. And an out-of-bounds pass turnover, and it will go back to Loyola. So BL's making mistakes out here. It's just Loyola really hasn't been able to take advantage at all.
Right, and that was a cross-court pass. It was a good look, but unable to connect there. And you're right. Other than shooting the three, BL doesn't really have any offense.
Shaw, no good. Rebound, Nelson. Nelson's really been a force on the boards here. Don't have his exact stat line, but I'm sure he's close to a double-double. And another turnover here for BL, and here's a chance for Loyola to put up a little run here. 5:25 remaining in the third quarter. Loyola down 10.
All right, and the fact that Nelson has so much offensive ability is a huge asset to this offense, as he is both an excellent defender and an apt scorer as well.
Hallaby's got it. And a little trouble here. And we got 10 seconds to shoot. Watson's got it. Watson driving. Hallaby's got it. He'll fire. No good. Rebound BL. That was a pretty sloppy offensive possession.
It was. Loyola unable to generate any offense. And it started with Hallaby being trapped in the corner. But if you're Loyola, you got to generate better offense. And a good strategy would get it into the high post to a guy like Nelson, let him make a few moves and kick it back out if he needs to.
And Cortland Nelson, that has been his plague this year. He has multiple times just taken a step before he dribbled, and that is in fact a travel. Walsh has it. He'll drive here. And a charging violation. Nelson takes it, redeeming himself a little bit there. And
all right, like you said, if you can't get it to go on the offensive end, the best way to fix that is get a big stop on the other end of the court.
And timeout Lakers here, 4:24 remaining in the quarter, so that we're going to take a short break from down at Irwin.
I'm Alex MD.
We'll be back in a few. And welcome back here. 4:19 remaining in the third quarter. Hallaby will give it up to Nelson. He had Watson on the back door. Did not find him though. Kenny will drive and he gets it to go. That will cut the lead to single digits here for Loyola.
And all throughout the season, Loyola has needed a run. Lewis has been that catalyst. He basically can score at will.
And the freshman for three, yes. Brandon Murray.
And the whole squad is wet. Put any guy out there and he can shoot a three.
Watson, nice drive, and he will get a foul, and he will go ahead and shoot two.
That's a great possession there, as you got that movement off ball like we called for earlier. And it's as easy as getting a backdoor cut.
And you love to be able to score points without the clock running down. So Watson takes the first, gets it to go. Andrew Folenza will give Cameron Shaw a break. And Watson will miss the second. Nelson tries to tip it up and in. Probably better just to come down with that one, though. Walsh looking to run. In the freshman. And that is a shooting foul. Foul is on J.J. Hallaby. First one good from Brandon Murray. Second one is no good. Rebound Nelson. And he's stripped here by Spencer. And Spencer will get it out. In trouble here. He will get it to Connor Walsh. And Jalen Andrews will pull up from about the foul line and get it to go.
And the Lakers just can't seem to miss at all. And there's a tough contested shot. Nelson's hand right in his face, but he still gets to go.
Andrew Forenzo, layup no good on the offensive rebound. You really got to get that one to go. And two offensive rebounds here from Andrews. And he will go to the line. And we've seen Loyola miss a few chances here the last few possessions. That's really hurt them on the way in their ability to get back in this one here.
All right, they've been very rusty on the offensive end. Not too bad on defensively, but you just got to get layups to go. I mean, it's the easiest way to score points. If you can't get those to go, it's going to be very difficult to win.
Second one here from Murray. No good. Rebound Watson. You got to get the ball in Kenny Lewis's hands here. You got to give him a chance to get going. And Loyola's just standing here. Not much movement here offensively. Lewis has got it. And he'll fire one. Just off the mark. Rebound Flo. Watson's got it in the corner. Good move here from Watson, and he will take it. And he will draw a foul.
He's fouled hard there, but you got to like the hustle of junior Andrew Florenzo. Got a nice box out down there on the missed free throw, 2 offensive rebounds. And something like that can really keep a possession alive.
Absolutely. Watson here with a chance to cut it down to 11. The first one is up and good for Watson. And Spencer will check in here. The tandem of Spencer and Walsh out here on the perimeter has really been deadly here against Loyola.
Sure has, and defense really hasn't been doing a good job of closing out on those perimeter shots. Otherwise, we'd probably have a different ballgame.
And a layup here. You get the freshman, Brandon Murray, up there against Connor Hepting, much smaller. Lorenzo has it here. And the ball will stay with Loyola here. 14-point game with 1:46 remaining in the game. Inbound to Watson. And it is stolen by Bradschner, and he will lay it up and in. And that's just sloppy play.
That's just very uncharacteristically sloppy. I mean, it's just an inbound pass, and Watson just stood still. And Florenzo didn't notice the defender creeping up his back. And another missed layup, and that's been the story of the afternoon. You got to get your layups to go.
And they nearly an and one opportunity here, but no good. Lewis will be shooting 2. And senior Patrick Norris set to check in for Loyola.
Norris has got some three-point shooting ability, as they're definitely going to need that, and in a hurry to climb back into this game. It's a 15-point deficit.
And you see Loyola with 4 of its 5 starters sitting on the bench here. Actually, no, the entire starting lineup here sitting on the bench, and you gotta wonder what going through the coach's mind here. Maybe to look for a spark off of the bench.
He might be sending a message to his team, which has been very sloppy today, but definitely expect to have at least 2 starters on the floor.
And just give me bucket. And 16-point game.
Might be a benching here, trying to send a message to his team that they've got to come to play at each game, as they're just getting run out of the building right now.
Norris over to Lewis. Lewis looking to go somewhere. And he will not get the layup to go. He will lay it up and in, though. That's 14 here. Loyola is down, and it looks like BL will hold it for the last shot. Watts passes the ball to Spencer. And a foul is called on Florenzo here. That'll be the 5th team foul on Loyola. And I know I said this last week, and it turned out not to be the case, but I'm feeling like it's about going here at the court.
I mean, you never know. Just look at St. Francis, but not looking too promising, especially if you can't make a layup.
And 16-point game here for the Lakers from Donald Irwin.
I'm Alex MD.
We'll be back to bring the 4th. Welcome back to historic Cherry Savage Court. Donald Irwin alongside the man himself, Alexander MD. How are you doing?
Just doing fine, but this Loyola defense or team rather, has dug itself into quite a hole.
And it appears, at least by my knowledge, that the freshman Brandon Murray will be shooting 2.
That was a pretty veteran move by only a freshman. I mean, nice hop step to slice through the defense, and he'll be shooting 2.
First one, lucky bounce here. And it's a 17-point game here. And the second one is no good. Rebound, Pat Norris. And let's see if Lewis can't get something going here. Guarded by Jalen Andrews, 6'4" frame, very lanky. And Lewis will lay it up and in. It's a good start.
And any comeback attempt rests on that man's shoulders, as he has the capability to pull off said comeback, as just last weekend, St. Francis, he went off.
Shot no good here from Andrews. Rebound, Lewis. Lewis going to fire one from about 30 feet out. No good. Rebound Nake. Looked like there might have been a foul there. Loose ball. And a timeout, boys. And apparently you're allowed to call a timeout without possession of the ball.
Right, he never had possession, and as you said, there was also a foul there, so unlucky break there for the Dons.
And with said timeout, we're going to take a short break. 7:08 remaining in the quarter, and we'll be back in a few. Welcome back. Jerry Savage Court. Don Raymond alongside Alex MD. And appears that Loyola is out of it here a little bit, considering a freshman is tearing up the inside of their defense, and he's really been a difference maker off the bench.
This game has been quite the opposite of the earlier meeting in which BL came away with a 3-point win in the closing seconds of that game, but the Lakers just putting on a dominant shooting performance, and Loyola, on the other hand, has just not found the answer on the offensive end.
I would have to concur with said statement, as Murray knocks down the second one. Lewis bringing it up the court, over to Hepting. Hepting to Florenzo. Nake has it inside. Nake rims it out. They've gotten about 10 shots of theirs to rim out so far in this game. And Walsh from the corner, yes.
I mean, you never really doubted that. I mean, once he released it, you know that was going in.
Absolutely, and automatic shooters like that have really they have allowed the shooting core of BL to just kind of run Loyola out of their own building here. And with 6:22 left in said game, I do not see a path currently to which Loyola could come back.
And Shaw, Nelson, Halby, and Watson remain on the bench. So, very interesting development, as you mentioned, at the end of the third quarter.
Maybe I'd like to see maybe Connor Hepting get a few shots in here. Lewis is going to fire one. Shots up, no good.
And when Lewis has an off night, the whole team has an off night.
And Walsh dishes it off to Braden Bashner, and that's going to be a bucket. And a timeout called, and with that, we're going to take a short break here from Donald Irwin.
I'm Alex MD.
We'll be back in a few. Welcome back here. We got a 22-point game here with 5:52 remaining. Florenzo inbounds it to Connor Hepting. Hepting looking to get something going here. Over to Florenzo. Into Hepting. Hepting to Nake. And Nake unable to get it to go. He's missed about 8 layups there that could have really made a big difference down low.
Yeah, I mean, unlucky there, but that is the best offensive sequence we've seen all night. I mean, Hepting pulled it out up top, found a cutting man who dished it off to Nake down low. And if we saw that earlier throughout the night, could have been a different outcome.
And Shaw will check in for Hepting. Hepting doing a pretty decent job there at the point guard position in this 4 or 5 minute run. And Nake's able to get the second one to go. And Nelson will come in for Nake. And almost a steal here from Loyola. Walsh has it. He'll lay it up and in with the left hand. And Loyola giving up 63 points in just over 3 quarters. Not really a recipe for success.
All right, the defense has been shaky to say the least. And the offense just completely stagnant. So really just not their night.
No, it is not. And like you've said earlier, much of this can be attributed, Loyola's life force can be attributed to Kenny Lewis's performance. Dropping 38 against St. Francis, which I would argue was a very fantastic performance from Lewis. Led them to a victory, but Lewis has not nearly had as good of a game tonight.
And I believe Lewis was unable to convert on 1 3-point attempt.
Shaw has it. He's going to fire one. Up and in. No good. And a defensive rebound, rather. And BL will hold on here up 25. Walsh has it here. Over to Bradschner. Ten seconds on the shot clock. And it appears that Kenny Lewis will lay it up and in.
And here we have a full lineup switch as the whole starting lineup is being exchanged for guys like Hepting and Florenzo. So.
And it appears that, like you said, Coach Duvall is going to give these guys some run here and see what they can do, as I'm sure he's not very impressed with the starters tonight.
Well said. Just a lackluster performance, really, all around.
And it appears that Loyola's running some sort of a stack here to inbound the ball. BL's opting to stick with their starting lineup. Hepting passes it over to Norris. Norris over to Dubem Nake on the perimeter here. Big fella maybe looking to chuck up a 3. And a turnover.
And it's gone.
And that has been the recipe for downfall here for Loyola. Down a measly 27 with 3:45 to go. I've seen crazier things in my existence, and I've no doubt Loyola can come away with the win. And it appears that boys Latin will be shooting 1-1.
And consistency has really been an issue all year. I mean, they picked up a huge win over St. Francis, and then they falter.
And Spencer will check in for Walsh. Connor Walsh, the junior, has had a very, very fantastic day as Brendan Fox, the sophomore, checks in for Pat Norris.
I mean, Cameron Spencer was hot in warm-ups and continued that streak in the game, and he was unable to miss.
Fox over to Florenzo. Florenzo turns it over. And a acrobatic layup here made by Jalen Andrews. And Hepting will bring it up here over to Florenzo, and it's stolen.
Another turnover.
And 5 steps taken, no good on the layup.
Bit of a travel there, I would agree.
Hepting driving. And a push here called, and Hepting will be shooting 1-1 here with 2:47 remaining at the court.
Yeah, Connor was basically swarmed by the entire starting lineup. And speaking of that lineup, I'm scratching my head why they're still in the game at this point.
Loyola here trying to cut down the lead a little bit here. And Hepting misses the front end as the starting point guard, Cameron Watts, will remain in the game.
And set to check in for Loyola for the first time is Devin Frank and Trillian Young.
And shot no good here for BL. Hepting with the rebound. Hepting driving here, and a foul called. Hepting will get another shot at the line. And Devin Frank, the senior, checks in. Hepting will try for the first one. And it's good. Excuse me.
And that's Hepting's first points of the evening.
And the second one is up and good. And with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining, BL probably just looking to hold it here. Spencer. Step and a foul called here.
That'll be the streaky shooter Spencer going to the line.
And it appears that out comes Cameron Watts and in comes Zach Grace. And Spencer does not get the second one to go. Rebound Young. Hepting has it. Over to Brennan Fox. Back to Hepting. The marksman. Yes. Connor Hepting, a very good spot-up shooter, and they just weren't able to get him the looks tonight.
And he's gotten a huge chunk of minutes, playing most of the second half tonight. I guess they're preparing him for the future as he's only a sophomore.
And shot no good here from Jason Chappelle. Rebound, Nake. Hepting taking it to the rack. Yep, and it appears that the marksman can also fire at close range. Shot no good. A rebound, Hepting. Brendan Fox has it. Hellfire. Just off the mark. Rebound BL. Another 3 here. Off the mark as well.
Got away with a bit of a push off there.
And with 40 seconds remaining, 25 seconds on the clock, appears that BL just content to hold it here. And shot no good. Rebound Dubem Nake. Trillian Young passes it to Hepting. Hepting. Driving, finds Fox. Back to Hepting. Knock it over to Fox to Hepting. In his mouth.
And Hepting with an offensive explosion here in the last 3 minutes of the game. He'll finish with 8 points.
And as Hepting finishes with 10 points, that's going to do it here. Thanks to Joe Tartaglio on the camera and Mr. Nitty as our technical correspondent from Donald Irwin.
I'm Alex MD.
We'll see you next time here on Loyola Sports Network.